how to leverage your affirmation. Welcome, everybody, to a new morning show, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, today is Friday. Yay! Woo! It is March the 8th, 2024. I gotta remind myself, yeah. How many of us are saying 2023? All right, let's kick off with a dad joke. Zito, and he'll be listening to the dad joke. What do you call a bad, I'm sorry. Where do bad rainbows go to? Where do bad rainbows go to?
Rainbow Hell?
Not rainbow hell. Oh, so appreciative. Thank you so much. Prism. It's a light sentence. I love that I have my flexible camera today. Thank you for cafecito. What are you guys drinking today on this lovely Friday? That's the first sip of the day. All right. So this whole week, we've been talking about improving our self-talk. And I've been sharing some of the things I share with my clients all the time on how simple words can absolutely change it. It's like taking them out, drop them like it's hot, and replacing them with new ones. Okay, so what do we got in the next slide? What we have been focusing is affirmations. And we're not talking like this dog over here. No, this one. Yeah. This dog over here saying, I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be productive. And then you're snoring. Because that kind of affirmation doesn't work because there's no plan in there. You don't believe it. Productive is such a broad word. Get specific. That's what we've been saying. Let's go to the next slide. And then yesterday, I introduced two things because we think that we got a plan because I probably should work out. I mean, look at that emotion. Probably, maybe, should, you must. If you don't, okay. Ooh, man, the emotions are happening with with probably and should, right? It's a lot. So I introduced that those words, next slide, is the first thing is soft words. And we had a challenge to go ahead and take a picture of that or write it down in a notebook. And notice, grab a partner, a friend, and notice what are some of the soft words are in your vocabulary. And then drop them. Drop them. All right, next slide. So once we drop it, sometimes we have that drama. Excuse me, not everybody. But let's go to the next slide. And what is that called? Those are the, one more slide. Those are called the pressure. Raise your hand if you're a first child, you know exactly, okay? All right, so, or the second who was the most mature. It doesn't matter really. A lot of my years, I felt that my sister was more mature than I was. All right, keeping it real, keeping it real. All right, let's go to the next slide. So when we took out that should, we went and replaced it, and we'll next slide with I get to work out. And here's what we're starting our topic of today, and it's how to leverage that. How do we leverage when we get clear? Yes, I'm gonna get to work out. Yes, Patty, I'm liking this. I'm seeing the opportunity. I could see it. Okay, wonderful. So step one, same thing. We'll go to the next slide, Charmaine. With that is being specific. Okay, because we're enthusiastic and we know the opportunity about working out, but let's be specific. And what's that? Let's go to the next slide. That is, I get to work out Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. For some of us, sometimes the word, are you ready? Work out. It's like, trigger word. Okay, so let's get specific. What is it that you want to do? I'm going to stay here. Boom, right there. Charmaine, if I move, tell me stop moving. But let's go to the next slide as we get specific. Oh, I'm sorry, go one back. Maybe I messed up my row. Okay. We got specific. Let's go to the next slide. And the next slide. Hey, I get to have a yoga practice. Which one sounds better? Workout, you 90s person. Put your sweatband on. Or I get to have a yoga practice. My friend, you test it out. You test it out to see what happens to your body, what happens to your nervous system, what happens to your breath. Ooh, I didn't even talk about that. That was not even in the notes in my slides, but let's talk about it right now. One way, besides getting specific and how to leverage, wow, this is totally addition. Slow that down and add a breath. So I'll show you. I get to have a yoga practice. I see myself, even when I wake up late, I told Charmaine I'll be right back. What did I go do? I went to do some yoga. And it wasn't 5 minutes. I was actually 3 minutes because we were already late. I'm sorry. She wasn't late. I was late. And it's that breath that gives me life. And so whatever it is that you choose, slow it down. Tell that to yourself, right? We're not going to go and people please do it for your husband, your mom, your sister, your best friend, your boss, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever example you're applying here, right? And if it is the workout, we'll choose what is it? Maybe it's walk for you. I get to walk every day. All right. Let's go to the next slide, Charmaine. This is awesome. Yeah, we already leveraged. That breath is leveraging. Let's go one more time, please. And what do we have? Because, yeah, next slide. That's perfect. I have a question. What happens during those 5 minutes? Or for you, maybe you chose the walking, whatever method you use for your workout. Obviously, we're asking ourselves questions. And we're just like, yeah, affirmation, go, 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 go. Zero reflection, just go, 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 go. And not stopping to say, is this working? Okay, all right. So what happens to me in the next 5 minutes, we'll go to the next slide. 5 minutes every single day. It's beyond practice for me because it has become a ritual. And I want to say this as leverage only because I get so much pushback on 15 minutes. What? 5-minute yoga, Patty? Shut up, right? Like that, like they don't even it doesn't even get in their brain because they're already having such a hard time when I tell them it takes 15 minutes to do your journal. It's already a hard time. And then 5 minutes, you're joking. I want to separate an hour. All right, let's say you do half an hour yoga, 20-minute yoga for 3 days. That week in January when you had your year's resolution. And then you stop. What's a combination of 5 minutes a day, 7 days a week? It's 35 minutes a week. What is that in a month? So if I'm doing my months correctly, those are 2 hours, correct? Right? And then there are 12 months. Somebody do the math. It's Zito on the air. You see the math. What did I say? 2 hours times 12. How many total hours? 24. Okay. And you're like, that's nothing. What? See, I told you. But then you're stuck on 3 and you never did it. But seriously, beyond that, what has happened to you, my friend, when you have made that commitment to yourself, because that's what it is. You made a commitment to yourself and you've picked up momentum. It's this momentum that's so attainable. It's so realistic. It's 5 minutes. It's realistic, my friends. Do you want that, or do you want to be at the end of the year? I wish I spent more time with my mom. And mom is gone, or dad, or whoever. Is this making this show gloomy? I thought it was morning show, dad show. It's real talk. I want to bring attention to. That's all. To myself as a reminder, to my family and friends who watch the show, and to the new friends that are watching. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, this is actually a channel. I know we forget. Sometimes I get surprised of how many people I watch almost every day that I forget to subscribe. I do. So please consider it, like it, share with somebody as well if you are in a time to have someone keep you accountable. And I know for some people who either have come out of cults or other pressure environments, accountability is like a really harsh word or really not attractive. It's a friend in your journey. You want to switch, because I've had people say, "Ooh, that word, Patty, stop! Don't say that. I know you're having the best interest in mind, but that word triggers me." Okay, so bring a buddy, bring a friend, bring a buddy, bring a friend if that word is harsh for you. So I get to have a ritual, right? It gets to be yours, and I want to make sure that, let's go to the next slide. In there, I get to spark momentum, as I said, right? And we'll go one more slide. I get to have, I meant to say I get to breathe and affirm. We gotta take out the half. Oops. That doesn't make any sense. That's all right. You can take the slide out, and there we go. And then I am steadfast. Okay. You know why that to me is important? I said this a few days ago. Thank you, Shireen. I had my dad who told me I don't complete projects. I think it was 2005, and that year, like, went back to college, got straight A's, did a half marathon in Hawaii. I went crazy. Okay, when you try to prove yourself to somebody, you can go crazy and lose a leg in the way. Okay, when I actually did reflect on myself and started seeing my own patterns, because I've moved so many times. It's okay for me to restart anything. It's really okay, because life has taught me that. But when I get to choose one practice, which for me right now is two. One is journaling. That is my bread and butter. It's my prayer time. It is my time with my creator. No one can take that away. That is my absolute walk. That is my absolute time. This reflection is between us. Yoga gets to be that movement where I do breathe and affirm what I know I do well, which is being consistent in a dream. And for that is this show. Do we have a lot of people watching it? Not yet, but those people who do, I am so grateful for you. And I get to be steadfast to bring a message. I get to be steadfast to introduce an idea. And please know that I will never share anything I am not willing to do myself. That will be against my integrity and against my value. And it's the real deal. And I do know that so many people BS around, but not all. And I try to share, and I will continue to share people who walk the walk, who apply their own products, like that journal right there. Oh yeah, that is my practice. That is my practice. So I do have a separate journal where I for my prayers, and then I have this. This is my executive assistant. Well, let me introduce you to my executive assistant slash best friend. And it's a product that's been tested since 2017. So it's been over, wow. So is that 7 years? Guys, I'm not really good at math. Okay. All right. Whatever years that is. And it's been here. And we'll get to be something. So get specific on this affirmation, how to leverage it as a recap is breathe, slow that down. For every time you slow it down, it's like you could say, I'm steadfast, I'm steadfast, I'm steadfast, like a couple of times one day, or I am steadfast. Oh boy, does that register in a different level? Do I see myself putting in the reps, the repetition? Repetition is the mother of learning. It's sharpening the saw. It takes you there. I can see it and I can feel it, and it does something absolutely different for me. So pick up momentum. Okay. Another thing, and I'll show you in here in my offices, I have a moving thing. So that is my yoga mat right before coming today. But I usually do my yoga here. And I leverage by giving myself another sticky. And I know I broke that down fast. But I do that so I am reminded, where I don't rely on my own brain, So do I say it now? Yeah. But there are times when I do have a really bad morning, when I do have really bad days, when I didn't get enough sleep because I've been waking up with pain in the stomach. Okay, those are happening. And those are little love notes that you get to give yourself. So I hope this has been helpful. Charmaine, let's go to the next slide as we wrap up. I'm learning, oh yeah, I did have that. Okay, here's another thing. If you don't feel authentic on that, you could use the power words by the word learning or currently. I'm learning how to be steadfast, or I'm currently being steadfast. You choose. That's another word you can leverage. And so, my friends, let's go to the next slide, please. Let's remember that you are the cause. Check your words. Check what you're saying. Are you softening your words? Are you pressuring your words? Are you pressuring yourself with those words? You are the cause, and you're also the solution. Drop them, replace them. And my favorite word is get to. There are other words if you want to know. Drop some comments in there. I'll be happy to share more. But if that's the one that I want to be the most consistent, because, repetition, people get the message. I've gotten people who didn't believe the 15 minutes that they're like, I love when I see a post and they're like, I did this in 15 minutes. And then I reply back and I'm like, yeah, woo! You're the cause. You're the solution. All this leads to the last slide, which is self-mastery. Let's take self-responsibility for our lives so we get to our dying bed, right? If we look at start with the end in mind, man, I lived the life true to myself in the best way I could. Thank you, everybody. We will see you this weekend. I hope that, you tell a friend about our show. Make sure you consider subscribing, and we'll see you then. From my home to yours. Bye, everybody. Yeah, like, share, all of those good things. Mwah. Hey, that's a song. Bye, everybody. Thank you.